All right. Good morning, family. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John here on Casino Gaming TV from my regular channel, Pro Craps. We're going to get started like we do every single day with me trying to make some money completely cold. Why is the music still playing? I have no idea why the music is still playing. I need to stop that. What happened? Oh, you know what? I'm on my YouTube window is open. There we go. All right. Let's do this. Let's make some money here. Right out of the gate today, I'm going to try and get a couple 3-4 hits if I can off of the 320 across. And actually, I forgot a few bucks. I'm going to use $30 to get the horn kind of as we go here. Before I start, I have a good luck charm today. I got my chip in the mail yesterday from, if you can see this is a Dice Dr. Dan chip. That came along with a great note that he sent me in which he said, hope the chip brings you luck. So here it is, dude. I'm putting it right there on the table. Your chip is now solely responsible for me winning today. So that chip is going to be our good luck charm. Let's get it done. Let's make some money this morning instead of my normal PSO. And here we go. We'll just set them and rip them. First throw of the day here is a 5. I like that result. Get me out on the table with something, right? Here we go. And then we got to decide if I can get one hit, what we're going to do with our money. How are we going to press today? I think I have an idea. It may take me some time with the math, but you know what's going to happen? We're not going to get a chance. We get a 617. So those of you who bet, those of you who laid odds with the casino, minus 1100, just made 87 cents on the lay bet. Let's do it again. I'm not satisfied with the one roll introduction, so we're going to go again. We're down 320. I'm going to take one more crack at this thing, see if I can't make 750 to make up for our loss here. Can we do it? Can we get out of the gate here? There's a 516. Let's try it again. 516. So we're down 320. Nice job with the chip there, Dan. It brought me zero luck at all. But hey, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you at all. I'm judging myself harshly here for this great morning roll. Here we go. Boom. Give me a number. Give me a number I can use. No, actually, you know what? I should have been on it. That's a midnight. I didn't bet it, but we would be on the anti-craps. Here we go. Let's go 3 hits, 3 hits. My kingdom for 3 hits. Look at that, back-to-back midnights. And again, I didn't bet it. Even though I said it out loud, I still forgot. These should be $10 craps bets, every one of them. Well, now I'll do it. After I go back-to-back midnight and forget to bet the damn thing, which was part of the strategy from the start. Good. Having a good morning here. There's a 5-3. Hey, look at that. We got one number to pay. That's awesome sauce. And I might as well mark over here, by the way, the 8, the 12, and the 6 as we're going, just to kind of keep it real. That's going to pay $70. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take $6 and change, and I'm going to press myself 64 across. We're going to go $10 on every single number here, all the way across. Get ourselves pumped way up, 64 across, and just do a full Vince Armenti style press on that first hit. Let's see if we can't make those pay off a little bit. Let's try and get some repeaters in here and make some money. These bets get hard to pay because the amounts are weird. So forgive me if I have a problem. There's a 639. That's beautiful, 639. There's our 9. The 9 with $60 is going to pay 84. We'll do 85 for 1. Let me get some reds here. 85 for 1. Now, I really still can't do a full press, but we can go another 64 across with that. So I'm going to take my 75 out of here. I'll put 10 back in the rack, and we'll get, how much change is that? $11 change? $10, $11 change. And we'll do another $64 press. So again, I'll need some more reds over here. Let's make some cash. Let's get some hits. There's 10, 10. I'll do the outsides first because they're easier. 10 and 10. And we'll need $12 here on the 6 and the 8. That's going to have us make a weird change in here. Okay? Because I've got 22 on top plus that. So we're going to have to go to 75. We're going to make this look like 80. It'll be 75, $78. We'll go $78 on each the 6 and the 8. 78. That's how these are going to look. We're going to get back a nickel from each of them. I think that's right. 75, 78. There we go. A little bit of change coming back. Nothing to write home about, but we have some change. We lose that, of course. I'll go back up for $10 more. Let's go. Let's go. It looks like a hard 8 to me. It's a hard 8. That's fantastic. And what that's going to pay, so 78 pays like this. 60, as you know, pays 70. And the 18 on top of that is going to pay 21. So it's $91. So it's 75, 85, 91. I'm going to drop a nickel and make this a 96 across press for hit number 3. 96 across, we're going to go with our winnings. Okay, it's going to make my betting a little bit of a mess, so give me a second here to kind of get through it. We're going to add 3 units to every single bet. I'm going to have to do it like a rookie dealer because it's kind of what I am. There's 15, and here's the 18 for the 6 and the 8. Now, we're going to take, there's my 21, by the way. We're going to take these bets, and I got to do the math on them. So I've got 4 units plus 3, right? That's going to take me to 75, 85 bucks on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. Makes it easy to see. 85 bucks. We'll get them all pressed up, and the 6 and 8s will be a little bit different. 85, 85, 85. Come on there. And I wish I was a better dealer, but these weird bet amounts are just not natural. Okay, now the 6 and 8, they already have 78 on them, and I've got another 18 to throw on top. That's going to make them look like 96. Boom, 96 bucks. Nice easy press on these two. 96 bucks. That'll end up paying 96 will pay 112 if we hit one of these 6 and 8. So here we go. That was our third hit. This is the money shot. Let's get a money shot here. We'll see how close we got to helping ourselves out from the initial one. Here we go. Money shot coming. Let's do it, baby. 314. Couldn't it be any better? 314. Now I'm going to run to the damn hills, right? I'm running to the hills because we did it. 314 with 85 bucks, right? That's going to pay 160, 170. So 175 for 5 out of the rack. Okay. Now, let's bring everything down and we'll make a decision. Okay, I'm still rolling. I have the dice still. I'm bringing all this down. I want to see where we are financially, and then we'll make a decision on what we're going to do next. There's all the greens. Here's all the ridiculous whites. Boy, whites are a pain in the ass, aren't they? All right. So in green, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. 25. There's 575 when I take the reds back. $675 plus some reds, plus I got $10 in whites. So what does that feel like to me? It feels like 1, 2, 320 that I lost on that first PSO. That's good. I have 1, 2, 300, and from the rack, 20 that I earned back on this second run here, which leaves me with $89 in profit. Okay, I'll take the $89 in profit and be super happy with it. We can take this now and go 64 across and be all right and keep on rolling if we wanted to, but we locked it up. We got our ass kicked on 1. We had a good roll on roll number 2. Run to the hills, we're out of here. We're out of here with a little bit of profit after getting our asses kicked. But had we not gotten the PSO in the first one, right, our profit would have been 320 plus whatever the hell that, it would have been like $410, right, had we not PSO'd the first time. Had that second roll come first, timing is everything, we'd have made money, and yes, so there we go. All right, let's come on back over here and wave hello. How y'all doing, everybody? Hopefully you can see me. Yeah, that was fun. Boy, it's like a religion, or not religion. It's like a ritual every morning. Come in here, PSO in front of the whole world. I love it. Always seem to come back though, right? We always seem to come back and have fun with it. And I think that segment, hopefully you like it. That segment's fun for me to kind of come on out there and get warmed up. So With that said, let's go ahead and get our announcements out of the way. A couple of things. One is this, Friday night fights will probably be Saturday. I did talk to AZ yesterday. He's got a concert he's going to with his wife, so he can't do Friday night. He said he can do Saturday. I've got to talk to Buckeye and see if Saturday works for Buckeye Slim. If it does, we'll do the Friday night fights on Saturday. It'll be like WWE night. So join us Saturday. Maybe mark that out there, and we'll get that match in. It's going to be an interesting match because their play styles are completely different. So that'll be fun. The other thing is this, and I'll jump down one and do the Garrison thing. Don't forget the Garrison show tonight. He's got John Patrick on. He promises for that show to be a little controversial, which is good. I like, you know me, I like to have a little bit of this. It makes for good content anyway. Some of the dichotomies that we have out there. So he's going to talk, I think, a lot about place betting versus come betting, and kind of trying to dispel some of the what he calls the myths, the top 10 craps myths that you see in books. It'll be interesting. If nothing else, it'll be interesting. Assuming that the technology for them works out, it'll be fun. The other thing is this, and there's no decisions made here yet, but the sponsors, merchant, etc. Item, I'm considering it. I put out coffee cups and the stupid merch, whatever, stickers and that kind of thing. I haven't even made it public yet. I've been working on designs for things because I want them for myself more than anything else. Like my chips, like my Lammers, I do things for me, and then if you all like them, you can go ahead and get them. I'm thinking about doing merch for real, like actually like doing it right and having somebody help me design stuff. And again, not to make a bunch of money, right? The idea is I want to quit my job at some point. I'd love to be able to do this full time. This is a lot of work, right? So if you want some of that stuff, just let me know in chat. I may even put a little chat poll out there. Like if you want merch, let me know. Just because I'm curious about it. It takes a lot of time to put that crap together again. So if you're interested, let me know. I am talking to some folks who potentially want to sponsor the show, this one and my regular Pro Crap stuff. So that can be taken by you, the audience, a couple of ways, right? Again, we're trying to, earn a living here, right? So be nice to have some sponsorship help out. I don't want to get into a situation where it's like I lose credibility because we're having a sponsor. Like I don't want to be like, sponsor said this, so therefore that's how we're going to play all the time. It would be a separate thing, like a commercial, but a commercial that we get paid for, not YouTube gets paid for, that kind of thing. So I'm considering it. And again, if you have a reaction to that, let me know, yay or nay. Your visceral reaction to hearing I may do t-shirts and I may do a sponsor. I don't know. Just putting it out there, this stuff is expensive to run. So anyway, I wanted to come clean and let you know that that's being talked about. People have reached out to me to ask about it, and I haven't made any decisions yet, just initial conversations. So there's that one. Now, I do want to talk about this, which is going to be hopefully kind of fun. The poll results. I put a couple of polls out this week, last week and this week. And here's the first one. The first poll was, have you already, or would you take an in-person craps class or a seminar? And the results here were fascinating to me. And I'll explain to you why I did the poll the way I did, or worded it how I did. Not because I'm going to start giving seminars. That's not my intent here. I wanted to see where you were as an audience, okay? So some people said yes. A small percentage said, yeah, I would do it to learn the game. 50% nearly said I would do a seminar to learn dice control, which I found fascinating. Given the amount of negativity around the topic, over half or almost half of you all would take a class in it anyway, which is interesting, which means to me as a content provider, it's a thing I probably want to keep talking about. Right? Half the audience, like, yeah, I want to learn more about it. So maybe it's a thing to talk about. Maybe it's a thing that I bring somebody on every so often to talk about it from their perspective because they know more than me. It just gives me it's not an off-topic subject, I guess, right? Some folks would take some kind of online stuff. And what's funny is like the 8% said they would buy books, DVDs or whatever, which I think is interesting. So books and DVDs, maybe not DVDs, but books are certainly on the table for a lot of people, which is interesting. But only 8%. I was surprised at how low that number was. I was surprised that 8% was the number of people who'd buy a book. I kind of want to write a book. I've been thinking about this for a year now. I want to write a couple books, not just for craps, but I've thought about writing books and self-publishing, and it's like that's a really expensive pursuit to do, a lot of work. This tells me it may not be the right move to make. So that's actually good for me to get some feedback from y'all there. And of course, there's a bunch of you, almost 20%, 17% say, hell no, not paying for anything, which is fine, right? So there's that. I think it was interesting poll results. The one thing to get out of it was dice control is still very interesting to people. So I think it's interesting. This tells me a little bit about how interesting it might be and leads me down a road of bringing some folks in that might want to talk about it. Again, on a better level than I can. I can talk about a lot of it, but not all of it. So there's that. I think that was cool. There's a poll out right now on the ProCraps channel that's asking about what games you play besides craps. What's your favorite your one favorite non-craps game? So I'd like to get that. I'm seeing the results already there, and the results there are really interesting. It's exactly what I thought I was going to see, and it's kind of fun. So we'll talk about that one probably next week at some point. So there's the poll from last week. The next thing I want to do is introduce a new segment to you called the Daily Dose of DI, because we have interest in it. I'm going to take a DI topic every day and spend 35 seconds on it. I don't want to spend a ton of time on these things, but I think they're interesting. So I get this a lot. Whenever I do any kind of video that has any kind of DI mentioned in it, somebody writes this every single time. If you can control the dice, why not just shoot for the 7? Okay. Well, first of all, my gut instinct is this. That's a lazy answer or lazy question, right? That's just like that. That's a complete punt, right? Nobody claims they can sharpshoot. Right, Ed Robinson does to some extent, right? He's got sets that he knows he can get horn numbers with, that he'll try and snipe a horn number if he needs it for the ATS or something, right? But nobody's trying to go for a 6 or a 2 or whatever, right? Nobody's trying for a 7 for 2 reasons. One, they can't, and nobody will admit that they can do it. They all say they can't do it. That's number one. Number two is if you could shoot the 7, you'd lose your roll. Like if I could snipe a 7, I would only get the dice and I would be out, right? Unless you're going to get 5 come out 7s in a row, is what you're saying. People who say this to me always say the same thing: just bet heavy on the don't, throw for a 7. Well, that's again lazy response to the topic number one, and it would be non-productive. You get one win out of that thing. If you can actually control the dice or put some influence on them, I'd rather have 11 rolls that I can get paid on, not 1. So it's a dumb question. It's a lazy answer, and stop doing that. If you're anti-dice control, find another way to talk about the subject. Now, that said, I will tell you this: when I first started playing with the dice, trying to do it, and I've said this to you before, my SRR, my calculations were I was down in 2.5 and 3. I was so bad. I got way worse than random trying to throw the dice early in my throwing practices. Tells me something, right? If I can throw more 7s because I suck, I can throw less 7s when I get good, and that's what hooked me. That was the moment for me when I realized that. But yeah, nobody's trying to throw 7s. You're not going to make any money doing that. You're not going to get to keep the dice. It's bad. So again, if you're going to be anti-dice control, don't be lazy. That's my advice to you. Don't be lazy. Ask us good questions. Challenge us with actual facts, actual knowledge, actual things that we can prove and talk about. Some people say it's proven, it ain't proven. Either way, okay? There's a lot of evidence to support the fact that you can't do this, but nothing's proven. Come to me with a non-lazy question or answer, and I'll answer it. That said, if you want to have your question on this segment, email me, write me, join us in Discord. Cool? All right, let's move on. Get ahead here and talk about playing across. I've been doing this playing across thing every morning, and yesterday we did a good one. I thought it was a fun strategy. When you play across, now one thing I remember here, and I put this at the top in green, all levels play the same, okay? What I'm about to show you works at every level except 64 across, okay? You can't regress from 64 across to anything because you're already at the bottom, but if you're up a little bit and you want to regress down, these things work at 96, at 160, at 320, whatever, right? These ideas always work the same no matter what level you're at, unless you're going to try and regress. You can't regress from the bottom. Think about your goal when you're going across. And I know that Dr. S has got a pretty aggressive across strategy, or more inside strategy, but what are you looking for? Are you looking for a guaranteed opportunity? Today we're going to talk about a guaranteed opportunity, or quote unquote guaranteed opportunity. Are you looking to double up? Today was a good example, right? My strategy today with pressing across, and collecting doubled my money, right? I went up for 320. I took out over $400. I doubled my spread by taking 4 hits, strategically pressing, and coming back down again. That would be a way, right? Are you just going to say, screw that, I'm putting 320 at risk, I'm going to shoot the moon, right? Or am I looking like Vince would look at steady growth, a smaller press, right? A 64 across press every single time forever, and keep going at it until your number is high enough. That's a steady growth strategy that requires some bankroll. Your bankroll does dictate it, right? You can't regress without going in big, number one, right? You can't go on repeat mode, right? You can't do the Vince way where you're going to press, 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 and then replace at the level you lost at, unless you have money to back you up. And the same thing for laddering. My laddering sentence is wrong there, but the laddering is the same way. You can't ladder Wayland's way without bankroll to back you. So your bankroll may dictate what you play, even though your brain wants to play some other way, right? I would love to play Vince's way. I would love to go out there and go boom, 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 boom forever, right? I'm not bringing 10K to the casino. I'm bringing 1,000, which means I have to be in guaranteed opportunity mode or double up mode, right? I can only choose 2 of these options. So your bankroll is going to tell you what you can and can't do. Remember that, okay? Yesterday, we talked about the full risk moves. We did a full press, right? Like I did today. We pressed all the way across 2 or 3 times. I regressed or quit today. I quit on that 3rd or 4th hit. I did 4 hits today. 3 presses and 1 collect, and I'm out of there, right? That puts your 320 at risk for all 4 rolls. All these full risk moves do that, right? If you go pineapple press, like I've always been doing, press the 6 and 8, press the 5 and 9, press the 4 and 10, bring it all back. You're still going to double your money, right? After 3 or 4 hits. But again, your whole output, your 160 across or your 320 across or your 750 across is at risk for all the rolls. These full risk moves are bankroll crushers, but they're also how you make money. And the final way we talked about yesterday was the number press, which was pressing the number that got hit. If I hit a 6, press it. If I hit a 6 again, press it again. Get that 6 from 70 to 240 in 2 hits, right? That would be a beautiful move to make if the 6 is hitting, because if you hit it the 3rd time, you're out of there with more than double your money, right? Press the number that's hot, right? The trendy way of doing it. So there's 3 ways to do your 320 or whatever your cross bet is for 3 or 4 rolls, full risk the whole time, huge reward. Today, I want to talk about regression moves, and we're going to talk about 1 regression move today. We're going to go 1 hit and quit. We're going to go out for 320. We're going to take 1 hit. We're going to regress right to 64 across. We're going to right to this. We're going to go from the ceiling to the basement in 1 hit. Okay. We're going to lock up $6 basically. We're going to win $70 on a number. We're going to go to 64 across. We're going to win $6 on that shooter. We're going to lock up some pennies. We're going to go not even enough money to buy a coffee at Starbucks. We're going to guarantee ourselves $64 in free play. It's going to become a coupon. That's the move today. So we're going to go talk about this one. I've got other regression moves we're going to talk about tomorrow and Thursday. We're going to do a couple more regression moves that I think are interesting. We're going to do a tiered regression, and we're going to do the one that Greg and I thought of, which is this outside in progression. I think you're going to like that one too. So if you're a regression player and you want that risk to reduce as you go, pay attention today and tomorrow. These are going to be important strategies for you. If you're risk averse, this is the way to play, right? If you're risk averse, this is the way to do it. If you don't care about risk, if you're there with money to literally light on fire, the full risk moves are the way to go, right? If you've got the money to burn, you're bringing $3,000, you're going to try what I just did up to 10 times and make money that way. This is how you do it. If you don't have that kind of bankroll, you need to be regressing. You need to be regressing. These are going to be, for these here, again, I would probably do this. I'd have enough money here to do this probably 5 times skill. That's what I'm thinking. These are 5 times moves. And again, probably playing this only on me. And I'll show you the reason why I'm doing this. So here we go. All right, here we are. Let's go to the table and we'll talk. I'll put that up on the screen. We can talk about it later. Let's just do it. Let's go out there and play it. Where's my screen? There we go. All right. I think that's the right one. Sweet. And one thing I wanted to mention too before I start rolling today is on the Daily Dose of DI piece, I was talking to one of our subscribers over the comment section. He goes by the handle Myopia Movie. You may have seen some of his very long, very detailed replies. Some people, whatever. He's a guy that I really like. I think he's a really smart guy. I think he's a college professor or at least he was at one point, a mathematics professor. So the guy knows his shit. He's like smart dude. Anyway, we talk a lot about DI and that kind of thing. And I said to him, because he wants me to put my money where my mouth is. He's like, if it's real, then prove that it's real. I'm like, I don't know if I can prove that it's real, but I can prove that I can get into a zone like I did today. So I'm going to start going like George does at some point every day or every couple days, filming live session of me throwing and logging every single roll over time. I'll put the historical data up there and we'll see if I'm getting better, if it's doing any good work. I'm going to track some different statistics, but if y'all want to watch that, I'm going to do it on the ProCraps channel, not this channel. And after I do the live session, I'm going to not delete the video, but I'm going to unlist the video. I'm going to put them in a playlist that you can subscribe to and watch. But as you know, live streams hurt the channel, so I'm going to keep the live. I'm going to let it be on the channel, but it won't be on the big list of videos for YouTube to index. So I'm going to do it. But only behind the unlisted playlist. You can always come back and watch them. You can watch them live as I do them, but once I'm done, I'm going to bury those so YouTube doesn't penalize the channel. But yeah, we'll do a fully transparent series of John working on his throw because I think it's interesting. I'm not very great at it, right? So we're going to go ahead and see, like I said, how my progress improves, is so to speak. And that's what I want to get to. So we're going to do this 5 times skill. We're going to take 5 cracks at it. There's 300, and we'll do 320 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have set this up to start. 320 5 times. I'll take my greens back over here, and we'll get going here in just a second. Let me get the rack set up, and we'll see how this works out. And I think 5 times may be not quite enough to do what I want to try and do here, but I want to demonstrate the value of doing this a couple of ways, okay? One way is going to be opportunity. One way is going to be more YOLO, okay? There's going to be, oops. Now I'm doing my bankroll backwards too. I think on screen, actually, I'd rather have this back here. I'd rather have this all in the back. Hopefully you can still see that on screen. That's my starting bankroll back here. I'm going to pull up my 320 and start playing here. So we'll drop this to 0 and say 320 across. And actually what I should be doing is 350. We're not going to waste the roll here. So I'm going to, or 330 rather, we'll do 330. And I'll explain why in just a second. Let me get $10 more in each guy's rack here. So 330 times 5, that's going to be 1,500. It's like 1,650 or something like that, total bankroll here. Okay, so here's going to be our 320 across. Let's get ourselves set with that base bet. I'll put them in the back just to give myself room to deal. All right, there's 330. Plus, we're going to do $10 on any craps. Okay, so this guy here is out for 330. I've got 330 for everybody else in my rack, so we're good. Everything's off for the come out. They're just here to be seen, but they're off. Let's get a point established first, and I'll explain the strategy as we go. It's not a very hard strategy to explain, okay? It's going to be a hard 8 to come out on, okay? What we're looking for here is one hit of anything other than an 11. The 11 is the one number that doesn't help us, but we could even do a $10 horn high yo or something like that, but let's just put it on the any craps. $10, right? This is going to pay us $70. These are going to pay us $70. Those are going to pay us $100, right? That's the idea here. One hit and run for the hills. Let's get one hit. This is essentially a YOLO. You're putting all your money out there. You're going to YOLO for one roll, and then we're going to make decisions after that roll is over. Okay, there's a 415. Okay, so the 415, what happens here is this. We will lose the $10, right? That's a gambit here. You're going to lose $10, which means you're bringing back $70 off that 5. Minus the 10, it's a net of 60 to your rack. Now, we have a decision to make, okay? Maybe that's not the best bet to make at this level. I don't know. I think if I'm taking more than one hit, you know what, let's do this. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to take the $10 out of my rack for these guys. Let's not do the any craps. For a one-hit strategy, that makes no sense. I'm not going to do that. Because what I want to do is be able to use all $70. Now, here's my question to you. At this point, I could take $65, right? I can take, the nickel back to my rack as profit. And we can come out here and go, give me 64 across. And I can take this money down and go 64 across. And now we're going to play craps with 64 across. Let's do that first. Okay. But I'm going to take a note here. I'm going to put the 320 just over here on the side. I'm going to take a note of how many times we YOLO'd. And there's a reason for that. We're going to say we got it once. I'll put the pass line down here for every time we get it. Every time we don't, we'll put one in the don't pass. I'm just going to keep note of how many times that first roll worked for us. And there's a reason for that. But for right now, let's transition to 64 across. We'll get $1 change for that. So we bring $6 back to our rack. We have guaranteed ourselves a coffee in profit. And now we're going to have to go to work. At this point, you do whatever you want to do. I don't really care how you press 64 across. There's a million ways to play this, obviously. I'm going to play this really aggressively right now. Just press them up as fast as I can. If I can, get some rolls here. The point of this is not so much how much money can I make from 64 across, right? The point that I'm trying to make here is how fast can I get to 64 across so I can play whatever the hell I want to play, right? This is the point of one hit, instant regression, down to 64 across, and do whatever I want to do. So let's mark the ATS too. We got a 12 just now. We had the 8 as our point, and the 5 was our money shot. Okay, so we're going to mark it up on the ATS. But again, this is all about opportunity. I don't care how you play this. From here forward, whatever your favorite pressing style is, it does not matter to me. I'm going to go ahead and do the aggressive press. So here we're going to get paid $18. Okay, there's 18. I'm going to make it look like a quarter. I'm just going to hard press every number to green. I'm going to get to green and take a collect. And then I'm going to get into black if I can. I'm just going to go to get them all looking like green, get them all looking like black. So that's going to be my goal today on this thing here. There's a 538. That's going to be the point. And again, that's going to pay $14. I'm going to make it look like a quarter. I'll get $1 change because there's $25. Make that 8 look like a quarter. And now, oh, there you go. We have both of them. I guess to buy, I'll put it in the front. Doesn't matter. There we go. That's the point being hit. We are good. I don't think I marked my 10. There it is. Let's come out. New number. I'll just do this once. We'll play this once through, and then we'll talk about the other options in a second. There's a Yo 11. Does not matter. But it does give us this, right? The Yo 11 doesn't pay us anything, but we're making progress on Big Fatty right now. So let's do it. Here we go. Hard 4. That's a good throw. Hard 4. Let's mark that 4. Let's go get it. Let's get a repeater on the 4. When I'm playing strategies like this, I think my favorite thing is when I'm on the right side anyway is quick points. I want to get a quick point because I want to not fight the 7 for more than rolls than I have to. Here's a 9. That's going to pay $14. We'll do 15 for 1 out of the rack. And that again turns it into a quarter. Trying to get them all to quarters and get some collections here, right? We're going to try and collect on these things. And that was a 9, which, if I'm not mistaken, just paid me $175. Well, actually, it pays me $350, right? Because I'm a 10-10-10 on this thing. So there's $350. That ain't too bad. I'll take a little bit of a tall. The strategy is not about hitting the tall, right? The strategy is about making these numbers make you money. But you know, a little bit of bonus action there is actually pretty solid. I'll take that. But I really want to snipe that 4. Let's get that 4 hit again, or the 10, and start building these guys up if we can. There's a hard 10. Beautiful. Hard 10 is going to pay 50 for 1. $1 in vig coming out. And I'm going to full press the 10 or full press the 4. I'm going to get the 4 up to a quarter in this case and take $35 back. When I get to green at this way of playing, I'm going to get to green as fast as I can and pull money off the table. That's my plan. So the 10 can get re-noted there, right? How about another 10? That'd be nice. Another 10. There's a 4. I'll take the 4. 4 is going to pay $50 for 1 out of the rack, right? 4 is, that's the first collect on the 4. I'm collecting it. Now the 4 and 10 can get pressed up if I happen to get them again. That's a remark. Oh, the 4 is already marked. Cool. Play this out to the 7 here, and then we'll talk about, we'll do it a few more times, but I won't play the whole thing out. Okay, there's my 7, good. I said it out loud, and I drew it out. That's how you do that. All right, so good little roll right there to get started. I'll take that. That was fun. Let's take all this down. And again, not worried about so much how much I have left out here, more about the fact that I had opportunity to make money, and we did, right? You take the ATS win aside, that doesn't matter, right? The one hitting down doesn't make this happen any easier. It just lets me keep rolling, is all. Just not hitting a 7 lets me roll. So that's a nice one. I'm gonna put that back in the bank. I don't really care about that. It was just cool to see that I did it. Our actual profit there was $91. Okay, not terrible, right? We got a couple things to green we got to collect. Took 90 bucks off the table, great. We had opportunity for me to go off on a 40 roller like Jeff did and make a shit ton of money. That would have been awful nice, okay? What I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna switch gears. That was good to see, right? One hit, 64 across. You can make money with 64 across in just what I had, like 9 rolls or 8 rolls. We made some money, that's okay. Average of $10 a hit, I'm down with that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take 50, 60, we're gonna put 70 bucks aside, okay? And we're just gonna YOLO for a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and put 320 back out there. Oh, I didn't take my 320 back. Here it is. Right, so my 320 that we pulled off the table goes right back out again. Watch what I do here. There's our 300. I think I had the $20 out there. So there's the 320 that we pulled off when we did our first hit. I still have got my 4 other shooters here, right? I haven't burned this yet. Puck's gonna be off. Let's come out and YOLO it a second time. Let's see if we can't get a second hit. There's an 8 for the point. Nice soft toss there, Johnny. Good job. Good job, Johnny. Here we go. Let's try and snipe a 6 here. Let me get a 6. Let me get a 6. Can I get a 6? I got an 8. I'll take the 8. That's great. So the 8, that's the point being hit. That's 70 bucks. 50, 70 bucks. I'm going to put that in my rack. Okay, so the first time we did YOLO, we got a $70 win. The second time here, let's pretend the 64 never happened. Okay, there's another $70 win. That's 2. Let's mark the pass line with that. Puck is going to be off. 320 is still out there. Let's do it again. Let's get another point established. There's a 10 for the point. Question for you all, if I'm going to try and YOLO it again, do I YOLO on myself or let Big Red show up and then YOLO, right? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to let this thing roll out, put that 320 to work. There's a 10. That's fantastic. The 10's going to pay 100 for $2. So we're going to have to go drop out that, get some change. And that's a beautiful thing right there. So we'll take the $100 back. And what I have in my rack after 3 successful YOLOs is 100. I'll color them up as I go. 200 and 25 bucks. There's 225 plus a little bit of random change. Okay. Bets are off. Let's turn them off. Where's my offs? We'll turn them off. We're going to let the roll happen. Either we're going to get a point, hit the point, or we're going to 7 out. I don't care what happens. I one-hitted it and I'm out. I could roll this all day long. Now, if I'm ATSing it, right, if I'm betting on myself, it doesn't matter. I'm still taking my point of 10. I forget what else I hit. The 10, the 9, we just rolled. I don't know what else. Not doing roll tracker today, so what did I hit? I think I hit the 10 twice. It doesn't matter. Does it really matter? I think the point's 9 now. I just want to get a 7. I want to 7 this thing out and get the next one. There's a yo. And the reason why I'm not roll tracking today, by the way, is I have something else plugged into the USB port where the little doohickey goes. There's my 7. And so I can't reach it today. So there's the 7 out. That's that. That shooter's done. Puck is off. Let's get a new point. We're going to do another YOLO here. And you're going to see where I'm going here in a minute. Single use YOLO, by the way. There's a 617 coming out. Doesn't matter. There's a 6. Now we're on. On for 1. On for 1. Here we go. Let's get a repeater 6, shall we? Repeater 6. Come on, Johnny. I'll take a 9. The 9's fine. The 9 pays. Guess how much it pays? $70. Again, $70. Bets are off. Boom. I'm going to bring $70 back to my rack. And what that looks like now is I've got $275. If I put that and get a green, I've got $300 from those YOLOs. $308 earned from 4 YOLOs. My bets are off. We're going to let a point happen or a 7 happen. Either way, and then we'll go back out again. And you can probably guess where I'm going here. There's a yo. We should probably mark these up, right? Yo, 9, the point of 6. There's another 6. That's the point. Good. Puck is off. 6 got hit. Let's reestablish another point. And then we'll try YOLO one final time. It's a 5. Point's going to be 5. Right, let's stay in rhythm here. Let's mark that 5. Here's our YOLO shot. Our bets are on. Let me turn the puck back on for you so you can see them. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It does nothing. It does nothing, but let me put another marker in there. Here we go. Just looking for that one hit. There's a 5. Perfect. Hit the point too. I love that. I love hitting the point when it's YOLO time. So there's the 415. Okay. 5's already marked. That's going to pay $70. Now, we've been same betting all these damn things this whole time, right? There is in my rack 1, 2, 3, 20. And I've got $58 in profit. Okay. This 320 comes back into the back half of my rack. And I've YOLO'd it, whatever, 4 or 5 times, right? And I've got my initial bankroll back, okay? By taking one hit and running for the hills, now I've got 320 out here working for me. I'll take the off button, doesn't matter. Now I got 320 that I can play aggressively, right? So I can YOLO survive 2 or 3 of those things, right? We end up with a little bit of profit and we're playing 320, not scared. Playing 320 and I'm going to try and hammer it. Now I may have a shit roll and 7 out. It doesn't matter, right? I gave myself opportunity here at a higher level, okay? The other way, there's my 7, come out 7, which takes all the ATS away. But when I was doing the aggressive pressing early, right? We won $400 in 4 or 5 rolls, right? We set a point, hit 4 rolls, won $400. Here, we set 5 different points, right? We actually won about $400 in our 4 rolls. We had 320 out here plus $50 out here. Same profit level, same number of rolls. The result is different. The result here is I got 320 working for me versus having 64 working for me when I regress down. So I think it's interesting to look at playing this way, where you eke it up, eke it up, eke it up. And then once you've earned enough with your one hitting down, now who cares? Now I'm playing at 320 and we can make some actual money. If I can roll the dice, we'll make some actual money here, which is good, right? I gave myself opportunity in 5 rolls to have a higher starting point. Right now, I did 7 out here, right? I rolled a 617, but I gave myself a chance to run the table at 320, right? In the same number of rolls it takes to set it up, right? So that's interesting. So we lose this, which is, I'll leave it out here because it's just, I'll leave the bets here. I'll take it out of my rack. There's 320, set me back up again. Okay, but we gave ourselves a chance to make big money from this level. Let's do it again. Let's try and get that to happen again if we can. Let's see if we can't get one more round of some good YOLOing here. And maybe give ourselves a chance again. There's a 5-1-6. The mixer is the point. We'll mark that up. We're going to be on for one roll. Right? Where's my on lemmer? We're on for one. There's a yo 11. Doesn't matter. We'll mark it up though anyway. Put the yo in there. Here we go. Oh, ugly bounce, another yo. Back-to-back yos. Back-to-back. Let's get that one shot. Hard 10. That worked great. Hard 10 is fantastic. Okay. We'll be off now, but that's going to pay for $1 or $2 rather. That'll pay 100. Goes to the bank. This goes in my bank. Now I got 155 in the bank here, which is good. So we're halfway to being able to call this okay. We got one YOLO out of the way. And again, here's the patience, right? Patience, patience, good. There's a 7. We dodged it by one roll. That's great. It does reset everything, but we YOLO'd it and we made money, right? We're on our way to being able to play without all that risk. Here we go. 8. Now again, if I had done the $70 or the $100 and went 64 across there, I would have locked up $6 and then we would have lost our 64, right? We'd have been in trouble. Not trouble, but we would have been nothing to show for it there. Here we have, again, chance. We're on for one roll. Or one hit anyway. There's a 5 and a 4. That's a 9, which again, now will be off, pays $70. $70 coming to the rack. That's 2 in a row. That's good. I take those greens, make them a black. Now we're at 2. I'll color that up too. I need the chips. There's 225 in the rack. Okay. Let's play this one out. We're off. Everything is off. Looking for a 7 or a point here to make our go decision. There's an 8, 5, 3, 8. So we made our point. That's cool. Puck is off. Let's establish a new point. I didn't mark any ATSs up. Let's get a new point established here. It's going to be a 6. 5, 1, 6. On for one. We're on for one roll. YOLO this bad boy. Here we go. Let's snipe that 6. Oh boy, that was ugly. That's a 1-1 ace deuce. That one die, you didn't see it, but it bounced about 4 feet in the air. Here we go. Give me that 6. Hey, hard 6. Love it. Hit the point. Snipe that 6. That's, again, we'll be off now. That's going to pay $70. 50, 50, 70. Okay. We made our third YOLO in this round. Where's my rack? I'm at 275, 295. So one more hit. We need to get one more YOLO in so we can go out for free. There's the point being sniped. Let's get another come out or another point established. 7 out. Actually, we made the point. We're right back at it. There's a yo. Because the point got made, our next move is going to be one more YOLO. Let's go. What's that? A 4? Hard 4? 4, 2, 2. The 2, 2, hard 4. There we go. We are on for one roll. On for one roll. And again, this is super scared money, right? This is like one shot down, please God, save me. I don't have a whole lot of bankroll here, right? There's a 639, which is awesome. That's going to be $70. 50. There's $70. What we're going to do on our rack here is this. That's going to be 300. and 20 bucks. Starting bankroll is back to where it was. I've got whatever that is, $45 or 45 bucks in profit. Right, we YOLO'd this time. It took us 4 times to get there. We got 4 YOLOs in a row. 2, 3, 4. And now we're playing with opportunity. We gave ourselves a 320 across chance to win big money. And again, lighter risk, right? Lighter risk. We basically reduced our risk every time. Every time I pull 70 bucks off the table, I have 70 bucks less at risk out there. So here, there's a 6. Now we're just gonna go for it. That's gonna pay 70 bucks. We're gonna make this 10 bucks change look like 120. Now we're just gonna hammer this thing. Okay, there's 10 bucks coming back. Does the opportunity work? Let's go ahead and get ourselves a nice, fat, hard 6 right here. Let's go. Or a 7, either way. Doesn't matter, right? Let's talk about where we landed. We gave ourselves a chance to do it. Now, you could have also said you doubled up. I used those 5 YOLOs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, made $325. Could have taken that and went home, right? We took 1 hit and down, 1 hit and down, 1 hit and down, 1 hit and down, 320 across. Paid for ourselves to take that shot, right? That might be a thing you do at a casino where you do that YOLO thing on every other shooter, right? Earning enough money so that when it's your turn with the dice, you're here at 320 and you can just go ahead and play and press them up, right? Again, the other option that we've been exploring is this. Let's make a point of a 9. Let's get a 4, which actually is even the best, right? It pays 100 bucks. Actually, with the 4 paying 100 minus $2, your net there is $98. You can go 96 across with that money and start out and take that first hit and put the whole thing out there and start playing right away. So you have 2 options here with the 1 hit and down, right? 1 hit and down and stack up enough money to play at a higher level, or 1 hit and down and just take your shot at the low level and see what happens, right? You can see here, I had 1 roll that was nice. We had 1 roll where we had 9 or 10, whatever. I had a couple that were probably 5 or 6. I wasn't really keeping track. You made money on every single one of these things, except for the 1 PSO that we had. We had 1 PSO that would have taken our 64. The rest of them were fine. So again, going from 320, or if this was 750, or if this was 160, taking 1 hit. If it's 160, 1 hit pays 35. The best you can probably do there at a $5 table is go 32 across, but you really can't do much with that at a $10 table. Your 32 bucks gets you 3 numbers. It's not enough to do any damage with. That's why I think this is the level to be at. If you're going to try something like this, you got to be at least at 320 to give you a chance to go 64 across or 66 inside and build it up. But again, 4 or 5 of these down here, these YOLOs worked out. And if you're doing the actual YOLO thing, by the way, I made 10 YOLOs in a row today. Okay. If I had started that YOLO at 64 bucks, like I always do, by the 10th one, you're at about 700 bucks, which ain't bad, right? So that was fun too. So anyway, there it is. There's a bunch of different things we can do here. Let's go back to the screen and talk about the regression. So the 1 hit and quit, okay? You have options, right? After 1 hit, we can regress to 64 across, 64 inside, lock up a few pennies, or you can do 1 hit and stack, 1 hit and stack, 1 hit and stack. And each time I stack 70 bucks, 70 bucks, 70 bucks, my overall risk is reduced by that amount. I went with 320. The first 70 bucks makes my risk 250. The second 70 bucks makes my risk 180. The third 70 bucks makes my risk 110. So my overall risk reduces with each of those YOLOs. It's kind of a fun way to do it. Again, if you don't have the bankroll to go 320 or 750 and stay there, you've got to regress down some way. And this actually is a regression. When I'm pulling 70 bucks every time, I'm technically speaking regressing my risk, but I'm keeping opportunity alive. I think it's kind of fun. It's an interesting way to do it. Like I said, I've been playing with 320 a lot the last few weeks, trying to find different ways to make that work the best. This is a cool way. This is a risk regression strategy, not a bet regression strategy, which I think is a different way of looking at it. So hopefully that was cool. That was kind of a fun one. I may document that at some point as a way to kind of go at it. And yeah, Lou, the rolling today was pretty good. Sorry, logged myself out. The rolling today worked out. It doesn't always work out perfectly like that, right? But today it did. The YOLO thing is good, right? You're gonna get the PSO occasionally, but you can dodge that PSO. You can make some money. So, all right, let's go back. I'm gonna look at my chats here and see what y'all are saying to me. Are there any questions for me to hit? Oh, Bob says, easy to publish through Amazon. Yeah, you can I have the app. I actually have the app for the Kindle self-publishing and for the Apple self-publishing, which I may pursue. I got to get my thoughts congealed before I write a book, but I got so much to say, and I've done so much on this show. There's easily a book's worth of material there, and it's the thing that could live past me. Like after I'm long gone, that book would survive me, the channel would not. So it's kind of a cool thing. So let's see, what else do we have here in questions? No other questions that I see. How about PC comments? Anything PC things? Ian says, go get a sponsor. Texas Dice says, go get a sponsor. I think Vince said that BetUS is a potential. I'm talking to BetUS. They're an interesting group. That could be a nice idea for us. And again, I don't want to make the show about sponsorships, but if it can help, help me afford to buy a bigger craps table and a better camera to film better, we can just do better things, right? That's how I look at this thing. So it'd be just awful nice to do that. Sebastian says, regardless of what I roll, I don't make the leap to causality, right? And that's the thing. I'm not trying to make that leap to causality. I think you're going way back to the 7 discussion, right? If you can dice control roll a 7, there's no causality there at all, right? I don't believe that one roll begets the next roll ever. Some people are big believers in that. I'll tell you this, I see trends all the time, right? 3 11s in a row today, the guy that threw 11 or 7 11s over the weekend for us. Things happen like that, but I don't necessarily bet that way, if that makes sense. So hope that makes some sense. And I think you're wrong here. This is where we'll disagree. There are degrees of random. And again, the car accident example is the best thing I can give you, right? 100-mile head-on collision is a whole lot different than the 30-mile-an-hour clipping, right? In terms of the fatality chance, right? That's what I'm looking at with dice. I'm looking at reducing the damage I inflict on the dice and the amount of rolls that happen. I really believe that the less number of rolls off that back wall is the way, and that's all I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to control the amount of rollback off the back wall. That's a way that you can have some chance of surviving the car accident. I'm looking for a chance to survive. I'm not looking to have a car accident and then jump off into the air and fly like Superman. I'm looking to survive it. That's what I'm doing here. I'm looking to survive, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna roll every day, and we're gonna see how it works out. Let's see. This is a good idea. Dr. S, we talked about this. I talked about this with George one time. I think, who else did I talk with this about? This is such a good idea. Really such a good idea. We talked about doing like a swag store that was like everybody's stuff in one store. If we can find a great supplier to do that, the hard part of that is divvying the money up. Like, okay, you bought because I would love for you to be able to go to the store and buy a Pro Crap shirt, a 555 shirt, and a George from CY shirt, and a Vince shirt, right? Or whatever, all that stuff. And then each of those people gets, 75 cents from the shirt. How do I track that? Like tracking where that goes, but what a great idea. Everybody's got to agree to it, right? You all got to put your hats in a ring and say, we're going to do it. Or maybe all the money goes to a pool and we split it, or all the money goes to a pool and we donate it, something like that. That would be a great idea. I'm going to put that up again because I love the idea so much. I think it's fantastic. I think we need to pursue that. Yeah, Dice Dr. Dan, no, this is a hard no. If I give up a sponsor, I will not be giving up content control. It's going to be like, hey, this episode brought to you by blah, 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 where you can get blah, 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 blah. Highly recommend it. It'll be that kind of thing. It will not be them driving content at all, in no way. Now, some people who want to sponsor also want to be guests, and that's where we have to figure out how to make that work, right? If you want to be a sponsor of my show and I have you on as a guest, that's more of an endorsement and content driving versus just you giving me a commercial, right? That feels more like an infomercial, and that may feel pretty bad. I may not want to do that. I do have some friends who run dice schools, right? Who run some betting camps and have written books, like Garrison. Garrison wrote a book. I had him on. Did that feel like an infomercial, or did it feel like me talking to a friend about what he's about to do, right? And he didn't pay for that. I did it because I like him, right? But it can come off bad. So I want to make sure that we're doing this the rightest possible way, because I don't want them to drive content. So if this becomes a thing, that's a hard no from me. I'm not going to let anybody drive my content. CCC wants the base update. It's back, kind of back. It's actually right here. Here's the base. It looks great. They actually put black, you can't see it. They put black knobs on it, which is great. Also the headstock, the hardware is now black. It was all gray or all silver. And the nut here was also silver and plastic. Now it's metal and black. What's going to happen next is the flame part down here, this part down here, this is the whole bridge is all one giant piece. That chrome, that's all coming off and going to, there's a chrome, there's what do you call that? I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It's like a powder coating. I'm going to take it to powder coat over here in Woodinville. The problem with powder coat is they powder coat like wheels and motorcycles. They don't powder coat this kind of stuff. So the minimum charge is like 180. So it's almost as much as I pay for the damn base to get the powder coating done. But I think making this part down here black is going to make the whole thing perfect. So that's my next move. So I'm going to do that in a couple of weeks. So yeah, it's looking pretty stout. I'm loving this thing. All right. I think that's all that I have to say today. Lots of good talk there. I looked like chat was going off a little bit. I have to go back. I always go back, by the way, and I read the chats after the show. Like the first thing I do is I refill my coffee and I reread your chats. And your chats are fantastic. Your chats are like, it's so funny. Like I can tell when I said something and everybody went over to here. You know what I mean? It's like, well, what happened over there? So it's interesting. I see from Sebastian, I assume you meant Garrison. Garrison's got, he's got that weird vibe to him, right? And his show can be, it's a little weird the way he does his intros to his show with Miss Megan and stuff. But I think I told you over email, and I've told him this too. He reminds me of my dad. He looks like my dad he looks like my dad looked when I was 15 and 18 years old. Like Garrison's not as, my dad's in his 80s now. He just reminds me of him, and there's some weird, I just like hearing him talk. Yeah, I mean, he's just got a funny way about him. But yeah, I can see where you would have gone there with that for sure. So, no reason, you're not forced to watch him out, obviously. So do what you want to do. I like John Patrick a lot, and I think he's a good conduit to that guy. So I'm gonna give the show a watch and listen to some old JP, and we'll see what they're. All right, I got to go to work. I will see. Oh, actually, old PS. Degrees of random is reducing the variation. What I'm trying to do, and I'll do another demo of this at some point here. I'm just trying to eliminate faces from being shown. That's all we're doing. I'm just trying to make sure that when I throw the dice, that not all 6 faces of both dice are ever facing up, right? You can control that, and I think the chopper toss is the best at controlling how many faces are showing up, right? If I can make 2 faces never be up, that eliminates about 6 possibilities of 7s showing up in the whole thing, right? That's what I'm trying for. I'm not trying to snipe numbers. I'm just trying to hold it off a little bit. I want my YOLO to work I want that YOLO 100% of the time. I want to be able to know YOLO 100% of the time, one shot and down, I got it. That if I can get to that, that'd be fantastic. So anyway, there it is. I got to go to work. It's 9 o'clock. I guess that's it. Any more questions that y'all got for me, comments, you know the drill, right? You can email me, john@procraps.net. Jump into Discord. By the way, in Discord, what I'm thinking about doing on Discord, by the way, is keeping one of those voice channels open all the time. Like I forget what it's called now. There's a voice channel, it's like open chat or something. I may just go into the voice channel and just sit there with my microphone on all day long. And if I'm not in a work meeting, we can just talk. Right, but sit here and bullshit with me if you want to all day long, or we BS together. It's like Discord's got this like Zoomish kind of feature where it's like your camera and your voice. You can just pop in, talk, and pop out whenever you feel like it. So I may do that. I may just be in there. If you're in Discord and you see me in there, just jump in and say hey, and we can just BS for a while, whenever you want to. So let's do it. Vince Armeni wants me to do some Billy Sheehan. I cannot do Billy Sheehan. I know a little. I don't really tap, right? I'm not a tapper, and I'm teaching myself a little bit of funk, but yeah, I can't. I just can't. I'm just too old to tap. I'm more of a metal guy. So anyway, y'all have a good day. I will see you in the morning. Maybe tonight. Maybe I'll practice tonight and do my first my first DI practice live tonight. Might be the day that we do it. So, all right, y'all have a good one. I will see you mañana. Bye. Off.